Welcome back to Dad Deals with these portable jump starters getting more powerful, more features, and Amazon absolutely getting flooded by a ton of different brands making these days. I thought it was a great time to do a deep dive, show you the top brands, what sets them apart, and really what you should be looking for in 2026 when it comes to buying one of these jump starters. So if you're in the market for one of these, maybe you're trying to decide if it's worth it to go ahead and upgrade to a newer one, this video is for you. We'll talk about what this landscape looks like, and I'll try to show you some real-world testing on some of the top brands making these days. So you can treat this video as your official buyer's guide to these car jump starters in 2026. And just quickly before we get started, as in all my videos, I will have links in the description below and in the YouTube shopping feature. So if you're interested in any of these jump starters, it's a great way to support my channel by using my links. All right, let's get started. So if you open up Amazon today in 2026, you're going to see just an endless scroll of these jump starters, a lot of them from brands that you've never heard of, that you can really barely pronounce even what the brand is called. But I chose 4 of the jump starters that are the top sellers on Amazon, and also from brands that have been around for a long time and have been making these for a while. So just right off the bat, if you see a brand of these jump starters that looks like they were just formed, that haven't been around, haven't had a proven track record, I would really avoid that. But here's 4 that I think have earned that track record and that I would trust to get me out of an emergency situation. So at least we're starting with that baseline right there. So let's take a look at these jump starters that I picked out to test. The first one is from the company Van True Power, and this is their JS3 3250 amp jump starter. It also has a built-in air compressor that can handle up to 160 psi of pressure. Also has a flashlight on the side, can support up to 65 watt fast charging, so it can be used as a great power bank, and can jumpstart up to 10-liter gas engines or 8-liter diesel engines. This is priced at $200 at the time of filming this video. There is a coupon here for $160, so that seems to be around the sale price. The next jump starter is the Wolf Box. This is their 3000 amp jump starter. Also has a built-in air compressor up to 160 psi. Has the same 65 watt fast charging port, has a flashlight, and can also handle up to 8-liter gas engines or 6-liter diesel engines. And this one is priced at $120 right now. Now, they do also make a 4000 amp version of this, can handle up to 10-liter gas engines or 10-liter diesel engines, but everything else pretty much stays the same. And that is priced at $140. Next up is the Yaber Auto 12-in-1 jump starter. This is an 8000 amp jump starter. Also has an air compressor built in for 160 psi rated. Has the 65 watt fast charging as well. On the listing here on Amazon, it says it can do all gas engines or up to 14-liter diesel engines. And this is on sale right now at $110. There's also a coupon price down here, bringing it all the way down to just $80. And then the last jump starter we're going to test, this is actually one that I've had in my truck. This is the one that I've carried every day for the past couple years. This is the Topdon JS3000 jump starter. And really, I have this one in the mix just to show you how far these have come. Now, this one does not have an air compressor built into it, nor does it have that fast charging capability for devices. But this one's rated for a 9-liter gas engine or a 7-liter diesel engine, has a flashlight on it, and this one is priced at $140. So right off the bat, one thing you've noticed is that most of these now have built-in air compressors, and I think that's huge. And you'll also notice that it doesn't really add that much size to these jump starters. So I think in years past, the ones that did have the air compressor were huge. So you really needed a space to store these, maybe in the bed of a truck, something like that, where your jump starters that didn't have the air compressor, you could put it in a glove box. That's really changed now. I think all of these would fit comfortably in a glove box. So I really think it makes sense in 2026 to get one with a built-in air compressor. These are obviously for an emergency situation. So being covered in not only a dead battery situation, but also a flat tire issue, or even if you just need to top off your tires somewhere, I think it makes sense in 2026 to get one with an air compressor built in. So let's talk about features and design. We're going to start here with the Van True. It comes in this nice case. I also like the handle on the top here. Doesn't seem dinky at all. And the flashlight on this one really makes sense with it being on the side with that top handle. So I feel like you could carry it like a flashlight. Not all jump starters are designed that way. We will see that later on. But nice carry handle and a very functional flashlight. I also like this storage area in the back for your nozzles for the air compressor. So you got your sports needle in here and everything that you need. That's nice that it stores in the device. And you also get a nice big colorful display, a little bit hard to see on the camera, but that's nice. Now let's talk about the jumper cables this comes with. I like this adapter on the end. This has a boost button and also will tell you if you have it correctly set up or you have it in reverse. So that's definitely helpful, a nice safety feature there. And these are nice cables, nice beefy alligator clamp cables, and easy to slide in and out. You also get a nice sized air hose here with all metal adapters. And then, of course, a USB-C cable is included as well. All right, next up, let's look at the Jaeger Auto. This one comes in a nice case as well. Look at this. You actually get some gloves in here. These are not bad gloves. So that's a nice little added bonus. Nice compact form factor here with this one. Also has a nice handle at the top with the light on the side. So I could see this being a very functional flashlight as well. Nice big display on this one. Now you will see on the jumper cables, these look a little bit shorter than the Vantrus. They also don't have that adapter at the end. So I'd consider these pretty basic jumper cables. It also comes with a 12-volt adapter, which is nice. And then your air hose here looks on the shorter end. And it does have sort of that plastic clamp, which I don't really like to see, but we will put this to the test later on in the video. And then your air adapters are separate, come in a separate bag, so they do not store on the device. All right, next up is the Wolf box. This comes in a nice case as well. All these cases seem to be pretty similar to each other. And this thing is just designed as a massive brick. There is no handle on it, unfortunately. So I think that kind of makes the flashlight a little less practical and useful. But you get some nice jumper cables. This one has the adapter on the end that's going to give you that indicator. And these look pretty nice. And then this one also has an air hose. Looks a little on the shorter end, but definitely an all metal construction here, which is nice to see. And then your air adapters are stored separately, so not on the device. All right, then last up, let's look at this Topdon JS3000. This is definitely the smaller, most compact version. Just remember, this does not have an air compressor built into it, but a nice nylon handle on the top with the flashlight on the side makes that very useful. Some nice jumper cables. Doesn't have the adapter though on the end, but this one does have a pop-out stand and a hanging hook, which I think is really nice. So you can hang this under the hood of your car while you're doing the jump start, which is a nice feature. Now, while I won't be actually jump starting my truck with these, I do want to show how they work in real life, what that would actually be like, and the functionality and the things and features that I like best about each of these jump starters in a situation where you actually would have to use one of these in an emergency. So let's start with the Vantrus. This by far has the longest jumper cables, which is super nice when you're underneath a hood trying to hook these things up. I also love that it has that indicator on the end to tell you if you hooked it up correctly, and it gives you a live readout of the voltage of your battery, which is awesome as well. Probably my only negative to this is I do wish it had maybe a kickstand or a hook to hang, but overall this one's pretty nice and pretty easy to use. Next up is the Wolf box. Now this has a much shorter jumper cables, which is kind of annoying. They also have thicker ends to them, so the clamps are a little bit harder to get clamped securely on the battery terminals. But you do have that adapter that does tell you if they're hooked up correctly on the bottom here. You do not get a live readout of the voltage. And there's also no stand or hook on this one either. So this one was a little bit more challenging to use than the Vantrus. Next up was the Jaeger Auto. Now this one has even shorter jumper cables. It has no adapter to tell you if they're hooked up correctly. So this was probably my least favorite out of all of them in a jump starting situation. And then the Topdon. Now this doesn't have the fancy display to it, but I love the stand and the hooks that this one has. The jumper cables are also super nice. So pretty easy, pretty simple, and I like that. But overall, I think the Vantrus is probably the easiest to use, had the best features during this jump starting test. So the next thing I do want to put to the test is the air compressor ability. So here's my truck. I'm going to air down 3 of my tires to 20 PSI, and we're going to see how long and how well it performs to top it off at 35 PSI. So it's going to increase it 15 PSI, which I think is a pretty normal top off situation. And we'll see how each one performs and how I like using it. So let's start here with the Vantrus. The first thing I notice is that this air hose is a very good length. I have a lot to work with. It connects up easily. I have 100% charge on this, so we'll also see how much it reduces the charge by filling this up 15 PSI. You also get a nice good display here. It even has a mode selector, so you can see a truck, or you can see a sports ball or a bike or anything like that, so you can easily pick which one it makes sense to use. So let's set this at 35 PSI. It will automatically shut off as soon as it hits that. So you can see here it's reading currently 20 PSI. Target is 35 PSI, 100% charge. And let's see how long this takes. All right, that took 3 minutes and 10 seconds, and it reduced the battery down to 93%. So really not bad at all. Took about 7% battery to raise it 15 PSI. Next up, let's try the Wolf Box. So one negative to this is it is kind of an awkward form factor. You can't really stand it up. And I don't like that the air hose is a little bit on the shorter side. You can see my tire valve is at the bottom of my tire, which just happened to work out. But if this was at the top of the tire, I think I would have an issue getting it to reach. But other than that, everything hooks up nicely and the metal connectors are nice and secured. So let's do the same test here, starting at 20 PSI. We're trying to get to 35 PSI. We're starting at 100% battery life, and let's see how long this one takes. All right, this one took a little bit longer at 3 minutes and 29 seconds. Now, this one does not have a battery percentage, but it still shows 4 bars, 4 full bars. So did not take too much battery life out of this one. All right, then last up, let's try the Jaeger Auto. Now, practically using it, this was by far the worst. It felt the most cheap. The air hose was really hard to attach. Kind of the rubber twisting cover didn't really work very well. I ended up sliding that down to get it to attach right. And the hose is just super short. You can see here that the tire valve is at the top of my tire and it really did not even reach with it still staying on the ground. So I kind of had to put the unit on top of my tire or either hold it or let it hang, which is not ideal. But let's see how long this thing takes. It's at 100% battery and let's start the test. All right, so this one took by far the longest at 6 minutes and 39 seconds. That is almost double the time that the others took. Now, this one is still on full battery. You get the 4 bars of battery here, but definitely a lot worse performance than the other ones. So as far as an air compressor goes, I really didn't like this one. I thought the air hose felt cheap and was the shortest air hose and took the longest to inflate this tire. And here's a comparison of the air hose lengths. So you can see them side by side. You can definitely see how much more that Vantrue air hose length is. And that is really nice to have. Now, as a power bank, these are all going to perform pretty similarly as they offer that 65 watt fast charging for any of the devices that can handle that, with the one exception being the Topdon that does not have the fast charging capability. So let's talk about my final opinions on these jump starters. I'm going to start with the Vantrue. Some things I loved about that was I really like the form factor on this one. It makes the flashlight very useful and handy. The display is very easy to see. I like that adapter on the jumper cables, and I love the onboard storage. That's really what sets this one apart too, of those air nozzles, which is just very convenient to have, makes you less likely to lose them. The next one was the Wolf Box. This one performed great. I do think the form factor is a little bit more awkward, just makes that flashlight a little less useful. It still has one, and this one does not have the onboard air nozzle storage. Wish it had that. But other than that, it performed great and is a very solid choice. The Jaeger Auto, now while being the cheapest, that might be its biggest advantage. It can perform everything. It can jumpstart a car. It can inflate a tire. But everything about it did feel a little cheap, especially the air hose. So I think the quality is lacking a little bit there. And then last up is the Topdon. Now, this is a great choice. If you don't care about an air compressor and you just want a jump starter, this is a very solid choice. It's made extremely well. Like I said, I've carried this around for the past couple years, and I've actually used it in jump starting situations, and it's performed great. But just know that it is a little bit dated compared to these newer models. But my top pick from this test is the Vantrue. That's the one that I'm going to be now carrying in all of my vehicles. But let me know what your thoughts are. So to summarize everything, I hope this video was helpful if you're shopping for one of these jump starters in 2026. And it's really just going to depend on your situation and your needs and wants. Maybe you want the very basic budget version just for an emergency situation, or you prefer to spend a little bit more on that quality and some of the extra features that these show. But these have really come a long way recently, and these have almost become a must-have emergency safety item in your vehicle. But as always, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this video and find it helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time on Dad Deals.